Let's just sing happy birthday on three, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abby. Happy birthday to you.
Make some noise for that. Yeah, that was fun.
Hey, can you grab me a beer in the
Absolutely,
fridge?
brother.
Yeah. Dozakis, nigga, or Dozakis, nigga, whatever.
Water.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and start talking about the music and
No,
stuff.
I know, that's what I was getting to.
So,
It's
yeah,
like,
get
it's
that.
like, so, but I was saying, like,
You
I
know,
like,
nigga, like go to the guy.
No, okay.
I like the relationship.
well, because it relates to what, like, the musical stories, like, then, like, I got a job at the hospital, that's where I work now, and, like, that's when, and, at that point, bro, I had given up on music, though, that's what I'm saying, like, I was, like, dead to the world, like, not really fucking with music, and I was telling my coworkers, like, yeah, I used to rap and stuff, but now, you know what I mean, I'm just working here, like, you know.
It's crazy to say that, bro, because you were, like, actually performing different places, you know what I mean? I know you probably always have some shit stored up in your brain, you can just bounce off and rap and shit. And you're not really trying to say shit, you know.
It was really depressing. It was the most depressing part of my life was when I thought I was gonna stop making music for I really thought I was done.
Yeah.
And my friend Jonathan, who I work with, he told me one day, he's like, bro, like, you're fucking good. Like, why are you giving up on yourself? Like, you're good at it. Like, most rappers suck. Like, you know, he doesn't even really he does listen to hip hop, but like he's like a very eclectic listener. And he was like, bro, like, you need to, like, get back to it. So I was like, all right, like, you know what I mean? So then I started, I was like, all right, I got to start making some more music again. Went back, the first person I ever made music with, we had, like, all these beats that we made back in, like, 2010, and I never used them. And that was one of my biggest regrets, I never used them. So I made a project out of those, you know what I mean? And, like, I made that project. That was the first Meditate Every Day was on that. Probably, like, 10 people in this world have heard that song, you know what I mean? Because that project, like, nobody heard it, because I was still, like, not, you know what I mean? Nobody heard me still, you know what I mean? I had ruined all my relationship shit.
Yeah.
So that project came out. My boy SB he works at Sound Appeal or whatever. He goes by Mess Loki, but he's the one that mixed that one for me. And then I started, then Steven, my boy Steven, you know DJ Say Something?
Yeah,
Say
something.
Say Something! That's my brother, though. Like, he was, like, when I was, like, down and out and like I had, like, 4 months where nobody called my phone at all except Steven. Like, he was the only one that was calling me and, like, checking in on me, and he, like, you know what I mean, like, never gave up on me and told me, like, basically never let me give up on myself, you know what I mean, especially with the music shit. And so when I started coming back, and I was like, I always wanted to do, like, an album. I'd never done an album. Like, all that time I did music, like, I'd never done a full album. I'd always done EPs, I'd done mixtapes, but I'd never done a full album. Like, but, so I was, like, hella dead set, well, if I'm going to do music again, like, I need to make sure that I make an album. And I finally had something to talk about, because I lost my fucking mind in front of my whole entire city. Like, everybody knows Abbey James lost his fucking mind. Like, everybody knew about it. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, y'all know about it. Let me tell you my side of it. Like, let me give you my perspective on how I was there, and now I'm here, and, like, you can accept me or not. It's all good. Like, it's all love.
I accept you,
I know you do. That's why I love you, bro.
There's some people, like, they didn't, not saying not accepted you, because, like, I mean, just going to these shows and stuff, but they're like, yo, I don't know what's up with that. Because, like, again, I didn't see it personally, but I was just like, nah, bro, I got to see it for myself. And then once I saw it for myself, bro, and then, like, the little just keep getting, I'm like, this nigga, bro, just had a tough time.
Yeah, bro, like, it's all good. Like, I can understand from somebody else's perspective that they don't fuck with me no more, and they never will. And that's cool. Like, I'll still fuck with, I have no problem with nobody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good with everybody in my head. Like, I don't got no problem. Like, even people I don't really necessarily want to hang out around, don't mean I got a problem with them. If I see them, it's love. There ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So then I just went, I started working with this dude, Tori, who, he, like, 2 weeks after I got out of the mental health institute, mental health place, fucking, my boy Tori Meath hits me up and said, hey, you want to record a song for free? Which, this is, like, right after everything, like, and so I went and did Sip My Lemonade, and I recorded it at his, 2 weeks after I got out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys need to check the video. That's one of my favorite songs he has ever done. There's some other really good ones, but that Lemonade one, because I even saw you perform it before it came out and shit. and I could tell that you've been working on it. It's been done a minute, and you kind of really were honing on to it. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I want to talk so much about the music you make now, bro. Because a lot of the music back in the day that you were more like ripper songs, like you were trying to rip shit out. Or you were trying to create a certain concept that was more like, you know, for everybody else.
I was lost.
And then when you make this stuff now, it's just like, I mean, I honestly want to say I'm glad that all that other shit happened to you. Because the music you make now is so chill. You're more in the pocket. You more have you know who you are more now. Like, I can tell that in your music.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And like, that's what, like, I'm like, bro, like, some of these fucking songs are fucking, like, bro, Sip My Lemonade, I'm like, that shit is fire.
Thank you, bro.
You know, when you say people like, oh, he's had some cool songs and I like it, like, bro, that's, at least that song for real, you can tell me, that song, I love that song.
Thank you, bro.
Like, your raps, and, like, there's another few, but, like, I like how your videos are, too. You kind of keep it funny, but you also try to, you know what I mean, like, be real and shit, and like you're staying within yourself now a lot. I think a lot more now, you know, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, so I did the Sip My Lemonade with him, and then I was like, all right, well, I loved how much I loved how he mixed it. It was the first time I ever loved a song I made, like mixing wise, like ever, like where I really loved it. And so I decided I was gonna do the whole album with him. So I literally did and he charged well worth the price, but he charged quite a bit for his mixing, so it's like it took me a while to get it recorded and mixed because it was so I put a lot of money and time into that album, and like for like a year and a half I was recording it and getting everything done, and he only didn't do one song because of like, you know, personal life, you know how life goes, but he did every song except my the fifth song on the album, which is Mentally Ill from Mudville, which it actually kind of made sense because that song was about me being completely alone and having nobody, and so it's like I mixed it myself, like, you know what I mean, and then I got that mixed, and then D of Hallway Productions mastered it and made it all sound like exact, like, and so it's like, what was like my first full album, like, bro, like, that's been what I've been working towards my whole life, like, you know what I mean, and like, when I got finished, I was like, I'm gonna like do a tour, I'm gonna do it like, and like, but now that it's done, it was out, I was just like, oh no, I don't want to do any of that, like, I just want to enjoy life again, and like, I did it, like, I don't care who listens to it, like, the right people will hear it, and the people, you know what I mean, and like, it was such a relief off my back, like, everything I ever worked towards, like, and because the album is like, to me, and I'm not saying perfect in like some kind of like abstract, but to me it's perfect. It was exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, because you set out for a certain idea, a certain content.
It's a story, bro. It starts from the
you feel like you wasted no space or time.
No space, bro. The song, every song is exactly what it needs to be. Like it's my album. Like it was like, it's like, if you want to know who I am, what I've been through, and who I am now. Like now, my new music is gonna kind of tell you who I'm growing into being. You know what I mean? But like, if you want to see who like I like after all that I've been through, like where I like how I got to where I'm at now, like that song, that album, it starts off with Keep the Change, which is about like where I was at when I first started writing the album, you know what I mean, where I was at, like a lot of people dead to me, but like it's all love, you know what I mean, like that, like, but like I'm in a place where it's like, fuck, if you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me, like I'm doing my shit and I'm not gonna slow down, I'm not gonna, like, you know what I mean, and then it starts with the story, which starts with Drinking All Night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that song too.
Where I was drinking all night, smoking every day, like after work when I worked at Buffalo, and you know what I mean? Like, speaking of Big Headed, like I was super.
Shout out Sarita!
Shout out Sarita, for real though. That's my homie though. I love Sarita. Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Hey, so I was drinking every night, I was wilding out, and that's what brought me to, like, you know, when I was going crazy. Then the second song's The Hangover, which is like about like the regrets from like drinking out all the time and like trying to party. And then Mental Case, which is where I was going crazy. Then Mentally Ill from Mudville, where I was in the mental health place, like dealing with things. And Potent Psychosis is about the first time I sat down and meditated, like after going crazy. And it shows, the first verse is about the shitty side of my brain, which is like, DJ say something, and it's done, trying to get these bigger funds, hitting blinds, hitting run on your chick when I'm getting drunk, like that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, where I don't want that part, like, but it had to be part of the album because that was where I was at. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to get away from. You know what I mean? That's who I was. Like, I can't deny who I was. So that's the first verse, and then the second verse is, you know, a million ways to live, choose one. If you could build a bridge, get it done, like type positive shit. You know what I mean? And then that's that song, which leads into Sip My Lemonade, you know what I mean? Which is the song you're talking about. I love that song. Everybody got love for it. I appreciate it. People give me more love on that song than any song I've done. And then it goes to Meditate Every Day Part 2, which I shot a video with Drex Lee recently, which will come out in summertime.
Okay, cool.
And that song's just about meditation. And then Smaller Fish to Fry, which is my favorite song on the album that DJ Say Son produced.
That's you got a cool video for that too as
well.
well.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I like the video.
Weren't you like running on the freeway on that one?
No, that's the song Breathe. That's not on the album.
Okay,
that's on the Mama's Pad album that came out afterwards.
Yeah, with Mama, yeah.
And then Unity, which I'm shooting a video for in late June. I'm shooting Unity. That's the last video I'm shooting for the album. And Unity is just a song about like loving, trying to find love for yourself and other people again after what happened. You know, like, and that's the one where it's like, just because I love myself, that don't mean I trust myself. And all I see in you is me.
Bro, that song is hella tight, bro. When you performed it at your show and shit, bro, I was just like, ooh and ah, bro, because it was like, at first I wasn't catching it, and then like that, when you, like, the way you presented it, bro, like, it was a cool show, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was tight. I think you let us rock at that
Yeah, bro,
show.
you guys were there.
Yeah, we got to do a little set right there. I remember I only did like 1 or 2 songs, I think, or some shit.
You did 2 at least. You did, I think
some shit like that. But
that was my best show I've ever done in my entire life.
You did, bro. You
had
a good ass show. You had an intro, like sitting down and shit, meditate, and then going to meditating, bro. So like, because before this interview, we meditated for like 12 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, go into like what meditating makes you feel, and like.
Well, that's the thing, bro. Is like, you know how I said like I was in my grandma's front room for hella long, just laying there and not doing anything. Well, there was a day I bought a notebook and like I was writing in the notebook. I was just trying to get my like brain to start working again because it was just not working. Like, and one day I just wrote down meditate every day, and it was like a goal. Like I want to get to a point where I meditate every day. So I started sitting in my grandma's backyard and started meditating. And for the first like year, it was like I'd meditate like probably like 10 to 15 times a month, probably, like, you know what I mean? But then like the beginning of this year, like I've literally only missed 2 days of meditation. Like I meditate every day, and it has changed my life in ways that I could never describe to anybody because it's such an internal process that is not I can't point to anything. I can only, you know what I mean? Like you've mentioned what you've seen from my growth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I completely attribute that to meditation. Like it's like, and plus I also read a lot of philosophy books, a lot of Buddhist books, and a lot of like Taoist books. So it's like it's like comes together in both ways, you know what I mean? Not just meditation, but also reading like good things to like think about and contemplate, you know what I'm saying, outside of meditation. But yeah, just focusing on your breath every single day for 10 to 20 minutes is like just like life changing. And it's like my new passion in life. Like I'm more concerned with like getting people to meditate than listening to my music. Like if you do one thing for me from this interview, it's not check out my music. I would love for you to check out my music, and that's like what I love when people check out my music. But if you just meditate for 5 minutes after this, like just sit down, focus on your breath. Keep your back straight in the lotus position. Put your hands on your knees. Focus on your breath going in and out of your mouth. And then when you have thoughts, it's cool to have thoughts, but let go of those thoughts and go back to your breath. Just do that for 5 minutes. That's all I want you to do, and you get done with this interview. That's the most important thing I can give to you. So, yeah, that's where. Thank you, Mike. See.
Bro, because, like, for real, you showed me like that before, and I kind of got into it a little bit. Because that's the one thing that's hard for me is just to sit still, you know what I mean? And then, like, your breathing and stuff. But, like, the way I feel like I like do it is when I get it out of, like, certain exercise. Like, when I go run, I do long distance. And the same way when we were sitting out there is, like, the same way I'm in my head, you know what I mean? Like, you're worried about your breathing because you're tired. Or, you know what I mean, you can control your breath, but at the same time, you got all these thoughts, because my anxiety, I just have all these thoughts running through my head. And, I mean, especially if I don't have music or anything, you know, I mean, it's just going and going. And sometimes it's good just to let it go, and then I'm able to sort shit out, see what's important and everything. And, like, even just being out there, I mean, we're just talking about the interview. Or, I mean, I was thinking about the interview, you know, I was just thinking about things I had to do, but like very simple things, you know what I mean? That's what was so different when you're meditating or when I'm running. I'm really, my mind's everywhere, but it's really on more important things. Right. You know what I mean? When I'm just sitting or like watching TV. Well, because a lot of the things we think are like our imagination running wild. Like, but when you're meditating, it's hard for your imagination to run wild because you're very
you're keep going back to your breath, so you can't go too far down any thought. Every thought like it only goes so far. So you can't like, oh, and then this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. You can't do that because you're not.
Scenario. What's the scenario?
What's the scenario? Hey, yeah. I was just listening to that song yesterday, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. But straight up, like, and that's why I think meditation is beautiful, because it just kind of shows you like how your mind works. It's just like it gives you perspective on like what is important and what like is key to your survival versus what is the key to your downfall. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the further you go. That's why I don't really be tripping off. Like, I used to like hella want to make it in music. Like, that's my you know what I mean? Now it's like I just want to make better music.
Yeah, see, worry about being talented than fucking famous. You know
right. Skilled. You know what I'm saying?
Skill. Like, worry about being like talented and skilled. Yeah, worry about your craft.
Your craft is way more important, because
all that other shit will come. If you're good enough, people will fucking start promoting you. You know what I mean? And that's why I keep telling myself, like, hey, you know what? If it's not popping right now, I'm not good enough. But I'm gonna get good enough, because I'm not gonna stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just keep on putting the work in.
Yeah, bro. That's why I can't wait to show you some of the new shit.
I can't wait to
There's
hear
a couple, because 209 Getting High is one of them. And
I love that song, bro. I already know that. I already heard that song.
But there's 3 other ones going with that one, and then like that's gonna be the project I'm pushing, and like that one's showing like I'm listening to it. I'm finishing up right now. I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know. So that's why like I just know like that's why I hope you don't ever stop. I don't have a lot of the people in Stockton don't stop, and we keep doing this. And we just keep going, man. And then we just keep trying to show love for each other and make sure we're all alright. Pick each other up when we're like, you know, let down. Right. You know what I mean? Keep open minds, you know, about everything. And then, you know, show each other respect and love. You know what I mean? And I think you do a good job about that. I mean, the people that you know now, you know what I mean? Like, I came in there, you know, and like it was cool to see a familiar face like you know, with everybody. And you kind of helped me introduce myself to everybody, you know. And I just want to say thank you for that, you know what I mean? And then especially with all that stuff going now, I mean, I'm glad that we're able to be cool, make music with each other, and I look forward to the future, like not only just your life, but like what we do together as well. You know
I agree, bro. Like, it's about to be a beautiful future. That's how I'm finally on that. Like, I really do see nothing but a beautiful future anymore, you know? It's great. I love it.
That's what's up. Alright, well, I'm going to close it on that, because we went hella long.
How long is it?
It's like 30 minutes.
Oh, shit. Oh, man,
I told this nigga, like, hey, you got
like 15 minutes.
15 minutes, bro. I should have told him, like, 5 minutes, nigga. Fuck, bro. I don't know how we going to edit this. Hopefully, I get some shit, but honestly, I'm kind of like, damn, we got to get a little bit more footage so, like, it's all good. Like, or maybe fucking people just see us sitting here at the table, you know what I mean, and talking, because I want to go longer, you know what I mean? But I think that'll be better for the next time when we do it. And I think we got a lot of good shit of information and everything. And it's glad that I was able to introduce you to this world.
Thank you.
So when you come back, we can go even in more depth and stuff like that. It's very topical and shit. So, anything else you want to close or say anything, bro?
Thank you, Michael.
Oh, bro, that's tight, bro. Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you. So, all my lovers, listeners, and friends, thank you. And
unfortunately, but I'm gonna do this song by myself. If you want to see the full version, go to YouTube, search Abbey James Celibate, and you'll be able to watch it. We're gonna turn up on this one. This one's fun. This is me just talking shit to people who are hella materialistic. I don't really like that, you know what I mean? So I made a song about fuck that shit. I am who I am, you know what I mean?
Fuck that shit!
You feel me? When you get on Instagram posting pictures, maybe I'll talk about shit. I got hella shit, I got hella shit. Yeah, you right, but that shit you got irrelevant. Whole world artificial intelligence. I don't fuck with it, I'm celibate. Hey, I got hella shit, I got hella shit. Yeah, you right, but that shit you got irrelevant. Whole world artificial intelligence. I don't fuck with it, I'm celibate. Hey, I be so alone, focused on my problem, just enough to get me by. Whatever, perspective is a bitch, and that bitch is hella clever. I don't follow trends, I'm not a trendsetter. Zoom in with your lens so you